All right, everyone, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today's Friday, November 22nd, 2024. If you've not done so already, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Gonna have some new stuff here. On Monday, I will have Black Friday announcements. Also, possibly a few new things that we'll be doing. Maybe even some little giveaways. So let me know if you're excited for that. Also, maybe one new little thing that I'll be adding on to the site, some free material there for you guys to chew on. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And again, thanks for supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. Anyways, let's get into it today. So kind of a pedestrian day. The short video I did this morning, I told members this morning too, like, I don't think we're going to do much here. Just kind of sit on your hands. Don't overtrade. You're going to lose money if you overtrade. And we had a little bit of a FOMO pump, in the morning. So if you just take this and you're like, oh, look, we're breaking out. But there's a lot of open interest at 595 on SPY here. And we picked that up earlier this week, that was, a possibility of us closing there. And you can see that's what's going on right now. And you can see the configuration too. Look at NVIDIA. Selling that, right? So don't expect much more than 150, and they're really making sure that stays below there. 140's max downside; it's not going below that. But what is happening is, again, look at the heat map. 370 advancers. It was a lot more earlier. Look at it. It's just Google, Amazon, Eli Lilly, United Health, and then everything else is green. And what is big green right now? IWM. So I did sell my IWM runner this morning, probably a little too early, but yeah, nice move there. It got through all of my targets. So I was not expecting the 786 today, but you can see that's where it went to the tick. 24.19, 24.18, spot 9 is the high. So I was just looking for the 618. We got there, and I was like, all right, that's good. We'll probably... I was correct in assuming that we'd go sideways today. I didn't think the Russell would break as much as it did. Now, is this a little bit of a dash for trash? It could be setting up, right? We've got quantum computing, which I don't even think owns computers, up 500% in a couple weeks. It's up over 100% this week. We've got, the Carvanas of the world here. One of my favorite unprofitable growth stocks, which, I still think is going to go to all-time highs before we officially enter a recession. But in any case, next level all the way up at 280 on that. But we've got those stocks running. There's lots of, meme coins running now too. So just be aware of that. It could be a little dash for trash. Now, do you want to fight this here? Don't. No. Don't. Especially not during this seasonality here. So I told you guys earlier this week and late last week, the bears, if you're going to do something, you just said a good job. You got it. You got the market down. You did something. But you're going to need to break this and do damage by the middle of this week. And did we do that? No, we have not. So you never even broke the 20 DMA on SPY here, so or SPX. So we're going into a holiday week next week. Unless we get a massive headline that changes everything, we're probably just going to float neutral to higher here. I'd say 6 is your big magnet for next week, and it's probably the same on SPY. They're actually lined up pretty well this time on both SPY and SPX. So that's kind of your magnet for next week. I don't think we'll have enough juice to quite break out. Monday might need a little bit of a dip first, but this is just kind of like small fry time frame stuff. But overall, no issues. Don't fight the tape here, and continue to take advantage of the melt up while it lasts. We get more into the end of the year after that. And we're still going up. There could be some pockets of real risk, but we'll talk about that later. Don't fight this right now. Triple Q's big level is 510. On NQ, it's 21050. So right in that area. Yeah. 2150 rather. We are above that, the master level, and we're likely going to close the week above that too. So tech being kind of held down, I'm wondering and thinking that this is going to kind of outperform here. Certain stocks I think that can sneak up too. I think Microsoft can sneak back. Everyone hates it. It's been going sideways for a year. You guys know I like Apple. This has been making higher highs every day, and as long as it continues making these weekly higher lows, this can make a run at 236. and possibly higher. And for how weak Nvidia, well, I should say weak, but how soft Nvidia has been the last 2 weeks, it's holding above the previous high. So I think we can see a rotation still. Definitely starting to see a lot of crappy companies run. I talked about this the other day. Shorts were not really afraid to short into Wednesday morning. If we get to a point where they are afraid to short, that's when we really start aggressively looking for a high. But we can make gains. You can make way more gains than you think in that last period of And my joke is, and it's not even a joke, but my theory is like, you see solar rallying, then we'll, if you see marijuana stocks rallying, then we know that there's like bear capitulation going on. But we haven't seen that yet. But anyway, yeah, markets acting well. IWM 240 will be some resistance for next week, and then that's just dealer resistance. That could change by Monday. I still think this tries to get to 250, but before it's all said and done, though. Dow continuing, no problems here. Yeah, I mean 450 is probably your next psych there on Dow. 45K. SMH here, still kind of soft, right? Got to get through 250. If it can do that, I think it can try to make a run towards the old high. I don't think it goes much through that, though. And I thought IGV would rotate down for SMH. Maybe it still has time to do that, but right now it's at all-time highs. So there's no fighting. Not that I was ever saying to fight it, but I was looking for rotation. We did make a new all-time high today. I'm not sure if we're going to close above that tail candle. We could easily just do it next week if they don't do it this week, though. So IGV is still strong. Dow Transports, again, pull back into the 20, just like a lot of things, and then bouncing off of that. So let's talk about rates here. So here's like something that would be a possible risk into quarter one. And I say quarter one because I just don't think we're gonna. I think the stock market's ever topped in December. There's just so much. There's performance chasing. There's going to be end of year recollateralization to the tune of trillions. So it's just not something worth fighting here. We can whistle past the graveyard. But right now, the 2-year yield here. You guys know my resistance has been 4.4 since forever. And what are we doing right now? This is consolidation, right? You had a up move, and we're consolidating it. That's not bearish. So yields, I still think, are strong. Now, why is that a problem? Why is Aaron not talking about the 10-year? Because the 10-year doesn't matter when it comes to Fed funds. The yellow line is Fed funds right there, 4.58. What's 4.58 minus 25? It's like 4.33, right? Where are we at right now? 4.37. So if they cut, they're going to be behind the curve. That will be for the December meeting to decide. This could easily reject and go lower. But this is something that could definitely come up in the coming weeks, months. 10s are still fine. 30s are still fine. I think we see 4.75 by the end of the year on 30s. And maybe like 4.55, 4.6 on 10s. So that's something to keep an eye on. Market doesn't care right now, and as long as it continues to signal that it doesn't care, we don't fight it. XHB still just shy of 120, so this is still not there yet. You do have a higher low though, so it can go through in due time. And then VNQ starting to inch above our little trend line here. Our little flag pattern is working out. So VNQ still strong there, and that could catch up. That's at a nice consolidation base there. No problems. We also got healthcare bouncing this week and biotech as well. So I mentioned this last week. I thought that was a lot of OpEx related stuff. It's not like we didn't know RFK was with Trump, but it's like, but now we're going to sell on the headline. I thought it was very contrived and very reflective of dealer positioning. XLF, new all-time highs. I think it's way overdone on borrowed time, but don't fight it. KRE, very strong here. KBE, just off of all-time highs as well. Broker dealer is also way overdone. Monthly parabolic, weekly parabolic, daily is getting parabolic too. But again, They can go higher still. This is also partly like a crypto trade now too, like especially stocks like Robinhood. It's definitely tied in. Oil back above our trend line here, stalling out at the 100. 72 is your short-term level. And then if you get through that, 74. So crude's been relatively boring. Been in a tight range here. If this holds up into the end of the year, I think this can rally into Q1. XLE continuing higher here. It's got to get through 98, but this monthly chart is just absolutely fantastic. That's poised for a trend leg up. XOP also very nice here. 150 is our next level there. And OIH, pull in sidebar. Never negated that. So higher high. We'll see if it closes above the 200. It's been hit 4 times now in the last couple of weeks, so it is minor now. But you get above that, it's a big psychological level, and that should get us up to, 330 and change. Uranium via CCJ down 2%. But just an inside day, no problems. The problem is on some of the other non-CCJ stocks. Not that it's a problem, but you still likely have a weekly higher low. I would just like to see this get above 50 to confirm that. But it's not bad. Same thing with NJ. I'd like to see it get above that 200 and decisively. But they're not bad. They're still okay, and I don't see any issues. Nat gas, I think, is topped out. And this is probably a sell the rip until February. So be careful with nat gas here. That looks like a high. Dollar index. About what percent here? It's going to close the week above this level too. So next big level is like 109.40. 109. What you call it? 109.50 if you want, but right there, that pivot point. I guess there's a little bit of a pivot right here at 108. We can put that in there. We'll put it in. It respected it today. So yeah, let's put that there. Right at 108. Okay. So, but yeah, is that affecting the dollar? Is that affecting gold? Nope. Gold's still fine. It's not affecting the markets either. I mean, look at the dollar here over the last 2 years, and then look at the spiders. Heck, look at gold. Look at yields. Right? They're not really. These correlations are not really holding up like they used to. So things are changing. Pay attention to that. All right, gold here. This exceeded. I told you guys 2,700 last week before we bounced. There's 5 days straight up. I sold the last bit of my gold this morning and silver on futures. Wish I had held the GLD calls a little bit longer. Would have been a nicer gain, but calls are different. You got time to fight against. But either way, I think after a pullback, this can go to 3,000 over the next 3 months. So do with that whatever you want. I think it goes to 3,000. Silver here up 1% on the day. This is a little bit weaker. Overall uptrend is still intact though. No problems here. I still think that gets into 32, maybe 33 area. Platinum still got to get through those moving averages there, and then it can test 1,000 or so. Palladium, again, same thing. Got to get through those moving averages. You can get to 11 to 11.25. So I'm still watching for re-entry on these. I'm just not really super in love with them yet. I don't need to get the exact low. I just want to make sure I get the right setup. I've traded palladium and platinum via Sprott like 4 or 5 times in the last year, and I've made money every time. So, but anyway, copper here I don't really like that much right now. It's still got a chance to go back to 425, but this is not great, right? Look at gold, right? Look at silver this week. Look at platinum. Copper looks pretty soft. So you need a higher low here, and you got to defend 4, otherwise this is in trouble. Down to about 380. So copper a little soft. Bitcoin, I mean, we're so close. And I was just kind of upset. Why couldn't we just get there yesterday just to like put the cherry on top of like the Gensler resigning? But you know, you disappointed in you crypto guys, dude. Seriously, disappointed. But we're almost there now, and we should get there. I told you 99.4 was a GAN level. There's 99.318. So again, it's not a short. It just means it's like a level it could stall at, and it's stalling there, maybe for only a day. You know, we're gonna get probably low liquidity, and somebody mentioned this in the live stream the other day too. Like they like to pump this into Thanksgiving every year that it's bullish. I would be shocked if they don't do it this year. Got to get all the dinner, you know, get them around the dinner table talking about it. There is some dealer levels here that I've been watching now on IBIT, and basically right now, yeah, if we hold through 55, we can gamma squeeze. So 55K is probably, sorry, 55 on IBIT is right here. That's like close to the low of the day today. So like 90, it's like 96,000 on Bitcoin. At least I think this is yeah, Binance. So that's the exchange I'm using here. Could be slightly different on a few others, as you know. But we stay above that, we could get gamma squeezed another 10%, maybe 20. But yeah, I'll let you know. Anyway, I do think ETH is a little bit better here too. Nice pop yesterday. Nice downsloping trend line. If this consolidates, this might be a nice catch up here. MSTR, I think you're crazy if you're playing with that. And what I just said about options, it works on the downside too. And if Sailor gets too exposed, they can margin call him very easily. And there's no such thing as an infinite money glitch, just so you know. Every time there is one, it ends in tears. So just be careful with that. Not saying bet against it, but be careful if you're playing MSTR right now. Fighters in any case here, yep, still pinned just under 595 as we talked about. I think we can break out next week during the before or after the holiday. All we have is PCE next week, and nobody's going to care because everybody's going to be on vacation. So they push the jobs back. Usually the jobs are the last weekend before the end of the month. I think they got pushed back to December, so we don't even have to worry about that next week. So anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Go find me at carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.